Thanks for participating to this webinar. As you saw, this webinar will be recorded. So if you don't want to appear on the recording, you can switch off your camera and only your name will be appearing in the recording. And again, welcome to everybody. Of course, if you have any question, you can feel free to ask any question that you want using the button raise your hand, or you can write your question in the chat. And at the end of the webinar, Elena and Anna with me, we collect all the questions and then answering to all your questions. Please be polite and cooperative. So with other participants, of course, but also with our trainers. And that's all. So we can start. We are almost 50 participants until now. So today, the topic of this webinar will be the elevator pitch. That is a way to introduce yourself in maximum 60 seconds. And with our fantastic presenters, we will also understand how we can do that, how we can use the elevator pitch. So with them, we will go deeply in the topic. And we can develop the topic of the elevator pitch, starting about understanding what Move&Act Project is. Because as you know, this webinar is one of the activity that on the project Move&Act. Then we will understand what is an elevator pitch, why is it important. We will also learn some key elements of the elevator pitch. And after that, we will also see and read some examples of that. And after that, we will reflect about some consideration that we have to take care of when we write an elevator pitch, and then how use an elevator pitch in LinkedIn platform or in Instagram platforms. And that's all. So after that, we will also the question asking session. And then you can feel free to ask whatever you want. So now I leave the stage to my colleague Elena and Anna. If I forgot something, no, I think I said everything.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. Thank you, Simona. Thank you very much for the introduction and for the instructions. I just want to say and reiterate that, dear participants, I would like for you to participate if you wish to use your microphone to ask questions. You are free to do so. Just as a reminder, the session is being recorded. So if you do not want to appear or to be heard or to be recorded in general, you just use the chat. I would like, or Anna and I would like this session to be very much interactive and for you to participate and for us to help you. So you are encouraged to participate. Just raise your hand if you want to say something, and then I'll leave you, the stage and the microphone for you to speak. But if not, just keep your camera and microphone turned off and use the chat. So that's one thing. And so we will start, as Simona from Ergon said. We are this webinar is a session organized in the framework of the project Move&Act. And I'm going to share my screen. Elevator pitch, where am I? So I hope you're seeing what I see. I see Anna's screen right now, so everything is working. So elevator pitch webinar, and we are in the framework of the project Move&Act. Move&Act is a project dedicated to help young people, especially young people in the arts field, to develop their artistic skills, their technical skills, or digital skills, and to develop more or less their entrepreneurial capabilities, knowledge, etc. So about Move&Act. As I said, strengthening digital skills and fostering social entrepreneurial mindset among young people. Just briefly, we have created some resources which are free to use. If you would like to check them out, we have a guide on new artistic techniques and activities. This guide has information about scrapbooking and quilting, resin flow art, 3D printing, eco-aware recycled plastic art, among other topics. So if you would like to check it out, it's available in our platform. All of these resources will be shared with you. Maybe we can put maybe Simona or Anna, could you help me put these resources, the link to these resources on the chat? And also we have another series of webinars on artistic and digital skills. I mentioned 3D printing and virtual reality, among other things. This is just to let you know that this particular webinar is also in the framework of the project Move&Act. So moving on to what is important and what we're here to talk about. So what is an elevator pitch? So if you're wondering, and let me open the chat just to see all of your, excuse me, let me move. And I would like to put it over here. Can I move it a little bit? Okay, there we go. So elevator pitch, I'll take it away. So sorry, a little bit clumsy with the computer. So elevator pitch, I don't know if you've heard about the term. If you do, please write it on the chat. If you don't, I will explain it to you. Pitch. First of all, the word pitch. So in baseball is just to throw the ball, but in speech is an informal term to talk about a sales speech or an attempt to sell something. So why it's called an elevator pitch, this webinar? Well, if you happen to run with somebody in an elevator and that maybe could help you move on in your career, if you were in that situation, what would you do? So there are many, the origin story of the elevator pitch, there are many stories regarding it. One of them is about two journalists working for Vanity Fair, this super famous magazine from the US. And so it was Michael, which was a journalist, and then Eileen, which was the boss. So apparently Eileen was very busy all the time. So Michael could never talk about the stories that he had in mind. So he took advantage of those minutes he had free during elevator rides. And that's why, or that's when he pitched his ideas. So pitch or sell his ideas for new articles. So this is one of the origin stories from the elevator pitch, even though there are many. So going on. So what is an elevator pitch? So it's a short speech, 30 to 60 seconds, just to explain your career, your profile, what you offer, your value proposition in just a few seconds. So how does an elevator pitch look like? So this is what this is the thing that I want, or the thing that I want to focus, or the most important thing in this webinar. So first of all, elevator pitches can be, meaning an elevator pitch, when you think of it, it's obviously you are inside an elevator, you are next to a person that maybe can take you further in your career or help you. So you pitch to him or her whatever you want to, or selling or offering, or whatever you want to happen in your career, right? So that's the idea. But first of all, you have to write the speech, right? Or this pitch. So this is always the first step. You have to write it down. Okay, so it can, I mean, an elevator pitch can be written and then it can be translated into speech. Either you speak it, and then we can also have an elevator pitch can also be visual, in other words. So you can post it online. So an elevator pitch can also be like a reel on Instagram or like a TikTok. Okay. So till now, questions, are we okay? Because I'm going to continue. So why is an elevator pitch important? So first of all, knowing what to say and how to say it builds confidence. So an elevator pitch always attracts attention, sparks curiosity, and leaves a long-lasting impression. This is what we want to happen, or this is what we're trying to achieve, to leave a long-lasting impression. Okay, so knowing what to say, as I said, builds confidence on the one hand, but um, it also looks professional, so reflects professionalism, and it reflects that you have thought about what you want to say and how you're perceived and are working on your personal brand. And we will talk about personal brand further in this conversation. Okay, so just in other words, so when you think about what you are offering, who you are, etc., and you prepare it and then you deliver it, or you say it in a way that seems professional, that is straightforward, and that also you look confident, this is very well. I mean, this is very good for you. It leaves a good impression. So Anna or Simona, could you help me? I mean, if there is something important on the chat, could you tell me? Nothing important. Okay. So, I mean, I'm scared to open the chat and then I'll click on something. That's the thing, that I'm scared to open the chat and like click on something and then, open a window that I want to open, or etc. So, key elements of an elevator pitch. So, what to say? First of all, you have to explain who you are. I mean, in other words, your educational background or other things that describe you and distinguish you from others. I mean, as I said, what I want you to leave out of this conversation, of this webinar, is to have a very clear idea of who you are, what you are offering, and what is your value proposition. And when I say value proposition, is what makes you different from the rest. And we will talk about this further along the way. So, as I said, who you are. When you present yourself, you talk about your educational background, other things that describe you and distinguish you from others. And then, what do you do professionally? Your practice, your projects, and your value proposition. As I said, always remember this. Uh, if it's a visual elevator pitch, which we have already discussed that, you first write it and then you say it. If it's let me go back because this is key. Okay, so first you write it, obviously, because you have to think about it and you have to prepare it. But then, what is the difference between a speech or like an oral elevator pitch and a visual elevator pitch? So an oral elevator pitch is constricted in time. You can, to make it a speech, you have to be at the right time, at a specific moment, or in the right moment, per se. So, because, you're not like hopping on a bus and then pitching to everybody, hey, I'm Elena, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not the idea. It's just to find, and when you find the perfect place, the perfect time to give your elevator pitch, that's when it's oral. But then the rest of the time, it can be visual. As I said, it can be a TikTok or a reel on Instagram. Okay. So builds confidence. So being prepared. Well, the more you prepare, the more confident you are. And then when people hear that you are prepared, that you say things in a straightforward way, etc., you sound or look more professional. And also, if you have like a clear idea of yourself and you sell it and it's consistent throughout time, it also looks great. So key elements, as I said, what to say, who you are, who you are in terms of educational background, skills, and what makes you different from others. What do you do professionally, meaning what are you doing right now? If it's, if you're an artist, if it's visual, well, all the things, your work, etc. And then a call to action, which means asking for something. Okay, these are the key elements of the elevator pitch. So just before I go to the examples, and I see things on the chat. First one is a platform. This is all the information about. Okay, great. So I just want to know, we have 56 people in the chat and in the conversation. I just would like to know, what do you do, or what did you study? That's my first question. Could you write on the chat, like, what profiles do we have right now? Do we have artists? Do we have graphic designers? Do we have, I don't know, engineers, and teaching assistants, technicians of all sorts and kinds? I just want to know, please write on the chat. Just to know, who am I pitching my ideas to, in other words. So we have graphic designers, great. Engineer, great. Electrical and communication engineer, okay. Okay, so we have professionals. So this is my first question. Now, second question. Right now, are you studying? And if you're studying, just write student, or if you're working, what do you do? Artist, graphic, teacher. Okay, so that's, I guess, Pavel, that's what you do? Okay, great. Perfect. Still studying, okay. Thank you, Anya. Okay, so these are examples of elevator pitches. So as I said, and I'll go through the key points one more time. So an elevator pitch always has who you are, like a section of who you are, what do you do, and a call to action. Okay, so this is one example, and you tell me what you think, if it's a good pitch or not. Okay, so imagine this is like the script that I wrote. Imagine that I'm Jessie, this is the script that I wrote, and then I'm gonna pitch it to you. Okay, so hi, I'm Jessie. I'm a passionate painter specializing in vibrant landscapes and abstract pieces. I have experience with local galleries and community projects, and would love to discuss with you how my art can inspire your space or project. Okay, so as you see, passionate painter. So we know, what does Jessie do? Specializing in vibrant landscapes and abstract pieces. So, okay, we know specifically, or like, what is his special thing, his value proposition: abstract pieces, vibrant landscapes. And then I have, at the end, the call to action. I would love to discuss with you how my art can inspire your space or project. Okay, so this is a call to action in the sense of, okay, so if I have if Jesse wants to attract clients, well, he or she has, well, Jesse can be he or she, has already explained what does he do, and what sets him apart from the others, and what can he or she do for you or for a potential client. Example number 2. Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm passionate about turning ideas into captivating visuals. If you know anyone seeking a talented graphic designer, please connect us. Okay, again, we have passionate about turning ideas into captivating visuals. Okay, sets him apart. I mean, the value proposition, and then graphic designer is what he or she does, and then please connect us, which is the call to action. So asking somebody to do something for him or her. And then finally, I'm Taylor, music producer who is passionate about creating unique sound experiences. Okay, value proposition, unique sound experiences. So from indie tracks to commercial jingles, I specialize in blending genres and pushing musical boundaries. Oh, value proposition, he's pushing musical boundaries. Taylor is a visionary, so value proposition, what sets him or her apart from others. And then let's talk about how can I enhance your project with distinctive and memorable music. So okay, a call to action. Okay, he's offering like a service, or he's offering his expertise or his visionary or his skills. Okay, so as you see, this is an elevator pitch. This is how, it always has these three key elements. Okay, I'll go. Okay, Morgan, forget about it. I think we have the idea. So examples of visual elevator pitches. If I stay quiet for a little bit, it's just I have many. I would like to say many things, but I have my script because I want to be very precise and straightforward with what I say. So if you see me like looking at a paper or getting quiet, it's because I'm just following my script. So examples of visual elevator pitches, and I don't know how the sound how it will sound. I hope you are able to hear what I can hear. I have Anna here. My colleague has, she can help me if for some reason we don't hear the sound. But okay, so you have seen written elevator pitches. Now it's time to see a visual elevator pitch. So I'm gonna press play. Thank you. So sorry. Here I am, presentation. And let's see if you can hear the audio now.
This is me.
Perfect. Great.
Born August 22, 2005.
Okay. Sorry for the clumsiness. I have 55 people, so I get a little bit nervous. So, well, you can say that even professionals like me get a little bit nervous during presentations. So, okay, so I want us to do an exercise. So, we will see examples of elevator pitches, visual elevator pitches. So some of them are good, some of them are not good. So if you have any, I want you to say, hey, this is good, or it has all the elements, or just to analyze it a little bit and tell me what you think. Okay, so I'm gonna play this one. This is Hazel.
This is me. Born August 22, 2005. 5 foot 5 inches tall. Have black eyes and completely black healthy hair. She who craves success. And this, and this is me. One who loves to create her own world out of pen and paper. Most of the times, fingers and computer. One who likes to create figures out of imagination and strokes.
Okay, this is Hazel. I won't say anything yet. I won't say anything yet, but bear in mind that Hazel is the first one that I presented, okay? So this is one example of an elevator pitch. The only thing that I will say that it's that she has like a script prepared and she's saying lots of things, she's using visuals, and she's also presenting her portfolio, which is a good thing. And then I'm going to show you Arthur.
3-year-old visual designer from Belgium with a passion for music, graphic design and analog photography. I'm proud to say that I just graduated the Lucas School of Arts with my Master in Interaction Design.
Wow.
During my 4 years of education, I had the opportunity to do 2 different internships. My first internship was at Fake Records, a record label with a focus on local hip-hop. My second internship was at Studio Brussels, the national radio station with the biggest online community in Belgium. During both my internships,
Okay, great. This is hard there. So visual, I mean, he's talking about his experience, which is a good thing, and he's also using some interactive elements, so which is also good. Okay, so let me show you. This one is Atif.
Action. The way we navigate, the warnings and information we get, they simplify the complex. Persuade or dissuade us. We take it for granted, but what would life be like without them? Hi, my name is Atefa and I'm a multidisciplinary visual designer here in beautiful Copenhagen. Ever since I can remember, I've been into drawing. As a kid in this school, instead of taking notes, I used to make illustrations. That was a hobby for many years. Then I entered university to follow my passion. And 7 years later, I got graduated from Art University of Tehran with a master's degree in textile design and print. I started my career path in a small and intimate design studio when I was a student. Back then,
Okay. Excuse me, her name is Atefe. That's what she has said. So I have to say that Atefe is a senior profile than the others. So the others are junior profiles in the sense of they're younger than Atefe. As you have seen, she's more or less talking about her experience, etc. But I mean, she doesn't start directly with who she is, but she actually kind of like builds up the story, or she starts talking about something not related to her but to the idea that she wants to portray per se, and also lots of very high quality artistic elements or elements showcasing her skills. So I would say that this is the best example.
I was
And then finally, I'm going to show you Alessandro. Okay, enough with Alessandro. Okay. So this is me, Hazel, and then we had Arthur, and then we had Atefe, and then we had Alessandro. So impressions, please. If you would like to write on the chat, what are your impressions about these 3 profiles? I mean, just ideas. I mean, if you don't have to write many things, just, I don't know, Alessandro, good, or Alessandro, bad, or Alessandro, so-so. All nice. Third the best. So third was Hatafe, obviously. Nice graphics and design, but the speaking was always not easy to understand. Okay, so no subtitles. So if you're not fluent in English, yes. And she has a thick accent, so yes, difficult to understand. So okay. Thank you, Anna. So what I would like to say about the 3 of them. Okay, so starting with Hazel. So she starts, she starts with August 22, 2005, which is like, okay, well, relevant, but not so much. Her height, the color of her eyes and then the color of her hair, which, I mean, okay, but not relevant at all. Not relevant at all to what, I mean, if this is a professional elevator pitch, you lost me right there. I mean, she's very talented because obviously she showed she showed her portfolio and it was good. But the thing is that low quality graphics and videos and images, not a lot of interactive videos. I mean, as you see, if we compare it with Atefe, she has a lot of interactive, she has animation, so she's showcasing her skills. Even though she's not talking about herself, she's just showing that she's a professional. On the other hand, I mean, the low quality videos say that, okay, so Hazel, it's more junior and she still has, her skills need to be developed. And obviously, I mean, she has lost 13 seconds just saying things that if you look at her, you can just, yes, it's a tall girl with black hair and dark eyes. Arthur also great. The thing is that this is not, and I'll put the video without sound. So this is not like meaning this is a video. So he could have taken advantage of the video. If it's what I'm trying to say is he could take more advantage of the way that he was doing it, in the sense of like, this is visual and this is online. So he could have like taken, well, here show at the beginning he lost me a little bit because he's just talking and then there are a few interactive elements, but that's it. But more things could be developed here. And then finally, Alessandro. So again, I'm an Italian director. So he's lost, I think, is 22 seconds just saying things that are not relevant and a little bit lacking of professionality. Like, I really don't care about I really don't care if you like basketball or hamburgers. I really want to know what you do. So this is the thing that when we're doing visual elevator pitches, we have to be very careful with what we portray. Let me close the chat. Let me close this view. Here we are. Here are also some more examples of elevator pitches, but I'll just, for the purposes of, because I've already shown you some examples, I will continue with my presentation. So specifically with the example of Arthur, take in account that you have to adapt your pitch to the platform or the tool you're using. So as I said, Arthur could have taken more advantage of the element of being a clip, and instead of like just being him speaking to the camera, etc., much more. A lot of more elements could have been incorporated into his presentation. If it was a face-to-face elevator pitch, it was a great elevator pitch. So that's what I wanted to say. So I'll continue. So let's talk about LinkedIn. So remember that the first step for our elevator pitch is to write it down. Correct. So you have to take into account that LinkedIn is a professional network. So you only talk professional things. So this is a great place for you to showcase your portfolio, your education experience, skills, awards, volunteering. But in this case, we don't want to get to know you. We don't want to know if you like basketball, football, etc. No, you have other social media platforms to do this. This is just a way to portray what you do, what's your experience, your education, etc. So leave out personal details. Okay, so once you write an elevator pitch, and if you write an elevator pitch, that's a great thing, because you don't always have the opportunity to say it out loud. So once you write it, take advantage of it and put it on your LinkedIn headline or your about section. Okay, once you have written it, use it. Okay, so this is an example. Okay, so as you see, Audrey this is the headline. So freelancer, designer, illustrator, monitor designer, etc. And she has like this quirky, kind of funny phrase that says little bit of YouTube shenanigans. She has a YouTube channel, so here she's advertising what she does and what she's offering. Okay, so besides being a freelancer designer, she also has a YouTube channel, and I mean, this is a way also to portray his portfolio. So check out my work. So he's advertising, he's selling herself. So remember, personal branding, you are always selling yourself. This is another example. So available for freelance. This is a call to action. She is also selling herself. So illustrator, character design, muralist, and she also is showcasing her art. This is a very nice and creative profile. And then we have another profile, which, I mean, this is another example which I deem not to be as great as the others. But I have like a quirky kind of idea for his profile. So this guy, miniature painter, independent painter, others looking for employment, actually in Spain. Okay, he's saying lots of things, but this headline could be improved. So imagine like, and you see this a lot in on LinkedIn. Don't be afraid of like being quirky or being a little bit cheeky when you write your headline. It says Tim is the #1 illustrator to follow on LinkedIn, so appealing to authority, and then all of a sudden you see his mom. I mean, even though you're like, well, what a silly thing to say, but it actually sparks curiosity, and maybe that invites people to click on his profile. So that would be a way to. I mean, this is also a way to use the elevator pitch. I mean, this would be like the shortest elevator pitch, but also works. So again, also use LinkedIn to post your work. Remember, don't talk about hobbies and things you like. Post your work. Adapt your pitch to each social media. So now we're going to talk about Instagram, which, I mean, when LinkedIn is very like professional and doesn't care about your personal, I mean, doesn't get to, or doesn't, you don't get to see the person behind the professional. That's LinkedIn. You don't get to see the person behind the professional. On the other hand, Instagram is totally the opposite. You get to know the person behind the professional, and it's actually not encouraged, but it's I mean, it looks good. So on LinkedIn, you can talk about your work, your education, your experience, volunteering, but then on Instagram, you can show your portfolio, links, skills, and also your personality, values, interests, etc. So, do you want to continue? Yes, I think I'll leave the way to Anna. Anna.
Okay, yes. Hello. Can you hear me well? Okay.
Sí.
Yes.
Okay.
You.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I'm going to continue with the process of writing an elevator pitch. So we have seen some examples. Some of them are nice. Some of them are could be improved a little bit. So now we have to. I'm going to explain you the steps to write an elevator pitch. So the first thing would be to create a compelling story. Moment. Okay. No, because no, I'm one moment. Yeah, one moment.
No, it's all right. I'll continue. Okay. So create a compelling story behind your art. So, and we're talking about Instagram. So the story behind your art. Explain your inspiration, creative process, and the emotions you want to convey. People connect with stories. Okay. So if you talk about like, I mean, I don't know. Imagine the image of you painting something, and then, well, my inspiration was this. So think of anything you want to post, and anything that creates a visual experience for the one that sees you, the one that sees your content. And also, if you talk about, I mean, what was your process? What was the process that you took behind the piece that you were working on, etc. So this is also good. This is content that you can present. Let me go back. This is content that you can present on LinkedIn. No, sorry, on Instagram. Visual presentations. Again, remember Hazel's video? Hazel's video was creative, but the lighting was not good. Her profile or her portfolio could have been presented I mean, better. In other words, no? So use high quality images, videos, present your portfolio with well-lit photos and dynamic videos, etc. So as I said, Hazel's art was great, but because they were not presented in a good way, it actually, instead of benefiting her, the opposite. So behind the scenes content, so show sketches, work in progress, etc. I mean, this is also content that you can upload, and it also serves you as, I mean, this is all personal branding. Post regularly. I mean, whatever you're working on, post it. It's okay. I mean, you can sketches, things that are incomplete, you can post them. It's all right. The thing is, just post regularly to be seen. That is what you want. You wanna like build a fan base and stay authentic. Oops, hold on. I don't know why the audio appeared. So be authentic, stay true to your artistic vision. Authenticity is well received. As I said, on the one hand, LinkedIn doesn't care about your personality, your artistic vision, but whatever. It's just facts and tell me what you do and your skills. On the other hand, Instagram does receive well who you are, your personality, your quirkiness, and the person behind the professional. This is okay on Instagram. It's not so well received on LinkedIn. And then we have, this is an example. Menting Magnolia is an artist that I follow on Instagram, which I really like. And she's always posting videos of her work and the things she does. So you see, so you have seen her work, like in a few seconds you have seen all her portfolio, and now you're seeing her process and what she sells, because besides being an artist, she's also an artist that sells her stuff. And something is not working with the video. Okay, I'll continue, but you get the idea.
Yes.
Sorry.
Now, okay, sorry for this. It was a little bit too early to come in. Okay, so then now we are going to speak about the process of writing an elevator pitch. So go to the next one. Okay, so first, what do you have to do? So brainstorm all the ideas that come to your mind. And then, okay, write them down, even the most silly things, and then try to cross out all the things that are not relevant to for this elevator pitch. So the important thing is that you keep the short sentences and okay, so that you have clear ideas. So after the brainstorming, you have to keep the most relevant and important ideas and keep them short. The next one. Okay, so create a description of especially of your qualifications. Okay, so for example, summarize your qualifications so that you can share them in less than 60 seconds. Don't give so much details about your qualification, only the most important thing, or the things that are relevant to your elevator pitch. So what do you want to achieve with this elevator pitch? The third one is make sure that you offer something. So it is that you focus on what your listener may be looking for. What can you bring on the table? What can you offer? It is better to focus on this, on what the other people can do for you. So try to solve a problem, not to create it. This is very much related to the previous step. Describe your value. Okay, so what can you add? What can you do to help other people or to solve their problems? Let's go to fit. Okay, ask for something. Okay, so this is like something like a call to action. So what do you want to happen next? What do you want to have? Do you want to have, I don't know, an interview, a phone call? Do you want to send this person your CV? Whatever you want to have, ask for it. But yeah, the important thing is that you need to specify what you are waiting next to happen next. Okay, so this is something that people sometimes forget because, okay, yes, I can do this, I have these skills, I have these qualifications, but you don't say, so what do you want? So I would like to collaborate with you, I would like to work in your organization. Okay, so say exactly what you want. And then the last point, the last steps is practice. Practice a lot with your friends, family. Okay, as Lena just said, you can use this elevator pitch as a video that you can post on social media, or you can speak it if you meet somebody that might be interesting in your skills and qualifications. So so then practice to have the clear idea in your mind about what you want to offer, how you want to do it, and this will give you confidence when the time comes to sell your value, to offer yourself. So how to deliver an elevator pitch? So what should you do? The first tip. So okay, if you do it face-to-face, so you should have prepared it before. So this makes it easier to deliver and make it sound more authentic. So this is this is very important because if not, you won't be able to say all that you want to say, at least the relevant things in such a short period of time.
Can I mean, this is important because meaning the elevator pitch is a window you open to start a conversation with another person that can help you, or that can bring or they can help you progress in your career. So I mean, you can have it written down and you can have a script, etc., but don't be like super strict. I mean, as you have heard, I am a passionate designer that creates visuals, etc. It sounds a little bit artificial. It has to be organic. So if you write it down, if you write an elevator pitch and you intend to say it orally, meaning if you intended to say it as a speech, if you write it down as you speak, it sounds more natural. This is a good thing, but this is the tip that only if the elevator pitch is done face to face. And I'll leave Anna to.
Okay, so what should you do? So first, some ideas or some tips. So make eye contact. It shows confidence and enthusiasm to show to make eye contact with the person you are speaking to. The second tip is have a good posture that makes you look more confident. For example, yeah, let's go to the next one. Okay, so you use your hands to underline your statements, and so you will appear like more expressive. and keep your body open. So your arms relaxed. Yeah, don't put your arms, I don't know, like cross like this or stand still. For example, in the video we saw, this was, Elena, was it about Alex, this video? The third video. There was an engineer, he was in a park speaking.
Atefe,
No, the boy.
Arthur?
Arthur, yeah, Arthur. For me, I don't know if it's only my impression or anybody else has this impression, but he was looking like with the arms like too, I don't know,
Stiff like a
yes.
stiff like a piece of wood.
Yes,
he was
yes,
a little
yes.
bit stiff, which he didn't look relaxed.
Yeah.
Actually, he looked very stiff and like,
Yeah.
I don't
Not
know how to
natural.
say.
Not natural. He didn't look like natural. You usually, I don't know, don't stay like with your arms like this, like I don't know, like a log of wood, something like this. So so then keep you relaxed. Okay, so now we're talking about how to do it. We are like kind of mixing if you do it face to face or if you do it in a video. Of course, if you do it in a video, you can repeat and repeat, and there you have like a more natural like posture or something like this. But yeah, try to be natural, to use your hands with gestures, to keep eye contact. So not to be too artificial. And another thing, but this is basically related to when you do it face to face. Yes, it is like respect the personal space, because if you go too close to the person you are trying to talk to, you are invading the personal space, and some people can feel uncomfortable for this. So these are the do's. Yeah, and these are the, okay, now, before we continue, what do you think? Do you agree with these do's? Would you add something else? Do you think that some of these are not relevant? Please, can you write in the comments?
I mean, what I can say is that okay, we have comments. Totally agree. Thank you, Julie. So yes, I mean, what I can add is that obviously these are all signs of being confident and sure of what you are saying. So obviously, like, making eye contact, it always has to be a natural eye contact. Obviously, like looking at somebody like very direct and without blinking. Yes, in fact, I mean, this week I was talking to a person and I noticed that he didn't blink very often, so that put me off a little bit, in the sense of like, yes, we're making eye contact. He's saying things that are important and engaging, and he's like doing the appropriate hand gestures, but as he was not blinking, I was very distracted by that. So also, I mean, taking account that natural eye contact is important. Standing tall, meaning like slouching, and when I say slouching, like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, like this is always also important. If you stand tall and with good posture, it means that you are sure of what you are saying. Hand gestures, I mean, you see me like making lots of hand gestures, but this can also emphasize what you are saying. I mean, I'm doing a hand gesture as, hey, this is important what I'm saying, but if you see me like moving my hand, moving my hands a lot, this can be distracting, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes, we have a comment. I think that elevator pitch should be nice, a positive invitation to action. Yes, sure. Totally agree, Pavel. Okay, so then let's go to what we shouldn't do. So okay, so we said you have to move naturally. Don't keep like, I don't know, like a log or something like this. But if you use your hands too much, or maybe you move from one place to the other, like you are nervous, you are distracting the attention away from what you are trying to say. So then try not to do like a lot of movements, especially don't move your body from one for example, if you are talking to somebody, don't move from one place to the other, or keep moving constantly. It's difficult to find the balance. So don't mumble. So try to pronounce. Yes, I don't know what happens with the microphone now. Okay.
¿Se te escucha bien?
No, it's double.
Ah.
Mhm.
Sí.
Okay, so then, so don't try to speak clearly, not too quickly, and don't mumble. So it is so that it is so try to enunciate or to pronounce everything correctly and not too quickly. So I think this is difficult, especially if you are a little bit nervous. You try to speak quickly. But no, try not to do that. Okay, in a video it's easy to I don't know, to solve, because you can do it again. But if you only have the one opportunity to speak with a person and to offer your value or your qualifications, or to get, I don't know, an opportunity, a professional opportunity, this is important that you speak clearly and not too quickly. And don't ignore the non-verbal signals. For example, imagine you meet somebody that is very, I don't know, very important in your profession, and it is an opportunity for you to talk about what you can do and to offer your I don't know, your work or something like this to this person. But this person might not have time this day. Okay, if you see signals that this person is not paying attention of what you are saying, maybe this is not the right time, and it would be like not I don't know, like the opposite, counterproductive of something like this, to try to engage this person. So maybe there is another opportunity later on, so then let it go, because this is not your day. So don't try to push this person to listen to what you have to say. So now, I guess this is the end of the presentation. So do you have questions? Okay, have you already in mind your your elevator pitch? Are you going to do it after the webinar? Do you have some ideas, some questions that we could try to answer?
What I can ask, as we saw in the chat, and I'm just gonna close the presentation and for you to see us. So as we saw that we had some engineers and graphics. Is there a dress code? Thank you, Julie. Okay. So a dress code. This is a case-to-case or scenario-to-scenario situation. And I'll go back to the idea of personal branding. And since okay, on the one hand, dress code. You are always selling yourself. I want you to live with this idea that in any situation, you are selling yourself. Either if you go on a date, either if you post something on Instagram or TikTok, or if you go to an interview, if you go to a networking event, you are always selling yourself. So you always have to have your best face to the public. Okay. The thing is that the elevator pitch, for you to say the elevator pitch, you have to be, again, in the right moment at the right time. And usually the right moment and the right time, it's unpredictable, so you never know. So you always have to be prepared. Meaning, when I say, dress code, okay, there's a specific dress code for every situation. You don't go to university wearing a swimsuit. You don't go to the beach with a suit and tie. So, I mean, just respect yourself and respect the places where you are. And I mean, be creative and put your best face and your best outfit always, because you never know who are you going to encounter. Actually, I mean, to me at least, is very relevant the concept of the elevator pitch, because I used to do human resources, and now I do projects and I do things on education. The thing is that when I worked in human resources, and I worked like in a big corporate headquarters of a company, and every time I was on an elevator, I was always scared because I never knew who was inside with me. I don't know if it was the CEO, a person with power, or just like an intern like me. So always, I mean, put your best foot forward, your best face, your best outfit, etc. Always be prepared to. You never know what happens. You never know when you're gonna find the love of your life. You never know when or where you're gonna find a person that takes you further in your career. That's one thing. And also engineers and graphic designers. I know this is all very tilted towards art and Facebook, etc. But I mean, it doesn't matter. The elevator pitch also works for I mean, for projects or for your portfolio in terms of like your qualifications as an engineer or the things you can do. I mean, you always have to speak of what you know and portray your skills in a creative way if it's a visual elevator pitch. And if you're using LinkedIn and Instagram to portray your skills. I hope it makes sense. I hope I was clear. Yeah. Okay, so do we have any more questions, or do we have any more, I mean, would you like us to go through a specific point that you liked, or that you have questions? I guess not. Okay, guys, so before we go, I mean, I'm not gonna say that this is the end of the webinar, because I mean, we would really like your input regarding this. So we are gonna share with you a brief questionnaire for you, I mean, for you to evaluate the webinar. I don't know if you're looking at it on your screen. Yes, it has appeared on my screen. So just take a few, I mean, it doesn't take more than 1 minute. Just take a few seconds to answer the questions. I mean, if you liked it, if it was interesting, if it helped you in a way, please help us. I mean, please just help us improve the things we do. And if you learned something. Just as a reminder, we will post this webinar online, and probably we will also post the presentation on the platform. I mean, you have at the beginning of the chat all our links to the resources that we have. And if there are no further questions, I think we have ended with our session. Thank you very much for listening to us. My name was Elena Chapa from Open Europe, and my colleague was Ana Herranz, also from Open Europe. We are an NGO in the northeast of Spain, in the region of Catalonia in Spain. And we are part of this incredible team of people that are part in creating resources for you guys, young people, to improve your careers. And thank you for joining us in this webinar of the elevator pitch and in the framework of the project Move&Act. That's it for me.
Thank you very much, Elena and Dana. I think that you have explained the elevator pitch really, really clearly. And I think that that's why we have no question in the chat. So thanks again.